Love and feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah, I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play. I don't see the need to hide. I feel like I'm the last man standing. 4-5, sitting on my dresser like a bandit. Oh my, why you scared? There ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the Titanic. She love how I do it, she calling me Papa. He say he want smoke, but I know he ain't roster. I been ballin', you not on the roster. I make hits, yeah. They know I'm a pop star. I wanna talk, so I stay over here, I play it to the left. Boy, you crazy, you not me, cause I am the best. I'm facing my demons, I'm shaking them off, I'm passing the test. Yeah, feet don't fail me now, while I step on that. I been feeling it.
Woo! I love staying in shape, especially when I run out of booze. I gotta run to the liquor store. But I never go anywhere without my shot sock. That's right, the shot sock. You might think it's funny, but, well, it is funny. Enjoy. The shot sock for the man in your life who wears socks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Noonish. I'm your host, Jonathan Anderson, a.k.a. J.A., here chilling with our awesome co-host in the building, Mr. El Grande Toro Jonas Bull.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Hey, and half man, half amazing, all fun, all knowledge, all diversity, baby.
All
diversity.
Mr. Mark Clayton in the house,
Swiss
baby.
Night.
Man, ready to
man.
bring y'all another awesome show today, man. We had Austin on the show for this week, but we had some scheduled conflicts that came up last minute. Man, looking forward to having him another time. But hey, we're gonna keep the party rolling.
That's
baby.
what happens when you're live.
Yeah,
On schedule time.
yeah.
It just is.
And let's get a toast, man, to the originals going one time, man. First time we've done it in a while. So yeah, man.
Good.
Another good one, man. So yeah, I mean, what's going on, fellas? Y'all had a good weekend, good week up to this point.
A little sip of that branch and barrel.
Yeah, branch and barrel hitting you down in your throat and your chest one time, Jones.
It's got a little burn to it.
Yeah, that's that real whiskey in there,
That's
baby.
that real stuff.
Wake you up, make you sip a little longer. It's not juice.
Yeah,
It's not
It's
juice.
just singeing all the other stuff, the stuff off the arteries.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right. It's
cleaning
cleaning
the
it up.
walls. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. You're gonna
Yeah.
be good.
So you been on any cool runs here recently? I know you said some little elements with the Achilles.
I'm still trying to get most of my distance in, but I've been had to slow down a little bit and do some stretches and exercise.
Yeah,
Use
Achilles?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, man.
The Achilles is terrible.
It is.
Right.
It's a terrible
Yeah.
problem. Like, what was up?
I've had bone spurs on Achilles for years.
Yeah.
And
Those calves a bit tight as well.
calves are serious, like
Yeah, because I know that
seriously tight.
that tight calf
But,
will.
yeah, I
ultimately-
didn't realize how bad it was until I got on that foam roller, and it was like agony.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
So it's been getting better. This week, last week was real bad. This week is much better.
Good.
Today is kind of a down day, but it'll
What
come around.
what kind of training?
I got a month.
What kind of training? You do? Oh, before you.
Yeah, before 50 miles. So.
Okay. Do you just run, or do you like hit the gym?
I don't really hit the gym. I've got a place where I can do some calisthenics, pull-ups, push-ups, that kind of stuff, and then I've got some just some regular iron dumbbells, and then I've got recently got some of those the bands.
Oh yeah.
Okay, get you some resistance in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, these little puny things. So first of all, if you don't know anything about these things, it's basically just big ass rubber bands.
Yeah.
And they're like, you can get a full set of them for less than what buying like one set, like not a set of weights, but like one single weight, like one set of 10-pound weights for dumbbells.
Yeah.
Like it's cheaper than that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a very cost effective way to get a workout in.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was still thinking, like I still had that in my mind, like man, these little puny rubber band
Yeah, those
thing.
bands
yeah.
get in, bro.
Like,
Little wimp. It's a little
I'm
wimpy.
like,
Yeah.
this hurts.
Those bands will get you right, man.
Oh yeah,
First time,
because it gets
small
unlike
muscles.
your regular free weights,
Mhm.
like the resistance increases the further, like if you're
Yeah,
curling,
distance. Yeah.
like the further up
Range
you
of
get,
motion.
it gets tighter instead
right.
of once you get past that fulcrum point with free weights,
You can use other muscles.
you can kind of cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's hard to cheat with those bands.
Yeah.
Right.
I was introduced to those
where you got
bands
range of motion,
my junior year of high school. I had a shoulder injury
Yeah.
and had to hit them bad boys
Oh,
religiously.
yeah. You did. You was on there like that.
Yeah, hit him right here. Had the one here.
Basically
Basically building a robot
Bring it
arm,
across.
man.
Right.
And it's crazy. Dr. Meisner, I think his name is.
Oh, you that TMI?
Yeah, man.
That's my guys, man.
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah.
He said that I've got the thickest rotator that he's ever seen in his life because of that. You know, the thickest tendon, not rotator, because that's 3 different muscles. But the thickest tendon he's ever seen because I've been using those bands for such a long time. Bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. That's what I attribute
He
it
was
to.
like, man, that's a thick ass tendon, boy. Like,
Yeah, boy. Thick tendons you got in there, son. Yeah, tenderoni.
That's good.
Good eating.
All right, Doc. All right, Doc. We good. Like, we good.
Yeah, you been getting out there too, though, bro. I've seen the photos on the IG.
Yeah.
I'm
dog.
trying to train.
Yeah.
You're trying to get some speed, right?
So speaking to what you're having,
Yeah.
there's a couple guys. One guy we're actually gonna have on the show, Joey Burgles. So trainer, he trained TCU, SMU, Denver. Like he's been all over the place. He's here now still. And then another guy that I saw from his platform is knees over toes guy. And so Joey had the philosophy for how he trained that was taught by Charles Poliquin. So this is where he's lived. And then the other guy, knees over toes, he had a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And so his whole like foundation for seeking out and trying to find out the best way to train and full range of motion type train and time under tension and all that stuff was from injuries, which I've had a few injuries, and now we're talking about and obviously like we've all felt we had that shit. And so I was like, dude, like you should check out knees over toes guys for some of your workouts, because just body weight alone, but getting yourself in certain positions and the repetition, and really allowing those little muscles to work
Focus
through
on
the
the little
full
muscles,
range,
man.
through the full range, the full like that's a big fucking deal. Really, I didn't realize
that's
that
what
until
that
later. But
the wrestler from a few years ago, Diamond Dallas Page, big
DDP,
tall,
DDP.
tall long guy. He's now doing, because he got so beat to crap. Yeah, he got so beat to crap wrestling, professional wrestling, that and he had all these injuries and everything, and like just was in constant pain. So he started doing yoga. So now he's doing, I don't remember what he called it, but
DDP yoga.
Is that what it is?
What is it?
DDP yoga.
That's right.
And
I've seen
so,
the platform.
yeah, and so it's basically saying, look, you don't have to be like some kind of vegetarian.
Yeah.
Nothing against vegetarian.
Hey, let me tell you this, bro.
If that's your thing, it's okay.
Nuts and berries.
But like it's not just it's good. The stretching and all that stuff is good for you regardless.
When I was introduced to Pilates, I mean at this point I was like, I'm in peak physical shape.
You got on that reform,
bro. I was introduced to Pilates and yoga.
Yeah.
Woo, I'm in a class with a bunch of women.
Yeah.
Bro, and I'm talking, I got a lake of sweat underneath me, wanting to give up.
Yeah.
Wanting to give up.
Shaking.
Like this big muscular guy.
Yeah, shaking.
Man,
like trembling.
I'm telling you, I was about dead. I was about dead, bro.
It's a whole different kind of
workout.
workout.
No, I didn't give in. Didn't give up. Didn't give up, man. It's a completely different workout, but oh my gosh, it's serious. Bro.
That's what I did that. I've done that before. Gone into one of those classes like with somebody thinking,
oh yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be enjoying the scenery.
Yeah.
Right.
No sir. I'm be trying to survive, trying not to make the ugly face too much.
I'm gonna ring that bell.
That's right.
Game over.
It's like that Zumba, right? Like
you
think that Zumba is just like just gonna be a bunch of people shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh no, man, they serious up in there.
You did some Zumba though?
No, I
got
just,
some Zumba
I just
skills?
watched and
Let
said,
me catch you in that Zumba class, dog.
I'm gonna skip that.
The
looks hard.
ladies like to know if
Trying to see if you
Grande
shake it.
Toro
No.
got some Zumba skills.
See, Grande Toro can drop it.
Yeah.
Drop it down and give him 50. Get your eagle on in the
Yeah.
Zumba class.
No, my wife was doing Zumba when we met.
Yeah?
My ex-wife is actually a Zumba instructor down in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing against Zumba, but
So
don't
I
let me
see.
catch you doing it, Jones. You either.
Oh,
MC.
shit. Yeah. Let's
Yeah, bro. So,
I welcome a challenge.
so what have you been doing? What type of workouts have you been doing?
So I started doing a lot, essentially lunges,
Yep.
but full range of motion,
Mhm.
squatting
Yep,
through
yep.
full range of motion, ass to grass,
Yeah.
and then
That's what
you
I
know
think I'd do that.
developing ankle mobility. Ankle mobility is huge. Like
Mhm.
you don't realize, like your feet and your ankle, like so much. We walk
Oh, yeah.
on
Right.
the regular, like
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time, and a lot of muscles.
But we walk on
Get-
flat, hard surfaces.
What kind
most
of-
the time.
That too.
So as the grass, I just know my hope forever. People have said don't go past the 90
Yeah.
degrees because of your knees.
I know.
So how is that?
So
Has it taken a toll on your
That
knees?
philosophy,
or-
not at all. It's helped. It's helped build
Really?
like my VMO actually, because you
Really?
actually really strengthen the VMO going full range of motion. And so when I was first introduced, it was about my 5th year in the league, 6th year in the league, and I was doing my rehab stuff.
Mhm.
And so it was like, man, look, a lot of this philosophy come from studying baby movements.
Yeah.
They are very strong and very they have very good cores,
Yeah.
and they're balanced.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's insane.
That's
But
nuts.
when
'Cause-
you
'cause
watch,
they-
their
'cause ain't nobody
mobility
told
is
me.
the best.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said that is ideal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As adults, we lose a lot of this mobility, ankle,
Mhm.
hip, and everything starts to break down and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But this type of training, considering baby movements,
Yeah.
will help bring back some of
Yeah.
the mobility that
Nice.
you used to have, like
Yeah.
that you once had.
Yeah.
And then I was with an injury. It was like, yo, this will absolutely strengthen a lot of the muscles that I know was weak and why the injury happened.
Yeah.
And so and I was like, man, it just made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like the science behind it. We have somebody on the show to talk about that. But the science behind it is a whole nother ball game. But just on the surface, I'm like, damn. Like I look at my daughter, looking at our kids, and I'm like, damn. When she squat, it's just easy.
Yeah.
Bomb.
Yeah. They
I'm
just
thinking
up and then
they just don't have muscles, like they haven't developed quite fully. So I'm thinking they're a little more flexible than us. That as we get
No.
older, we develop these muscles, but that's not the case.
No, that's not the case.
Wow.
Those muscles can move like that.
So are you? Is it lightweight? Is it
Exactly. It's lightweight. It's like
lightweight? Like when we're talking ass to grass squats, like are we talking like
so
low
I
weight
can
almost,
right
or-
now I can put 135 on,
Yeah.
and do a set of 8 control.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I won't do any more. Like that's
Yeah.
135 ass to grass, controlled, and up, and I'm out. And then if I'm trying to add a little pop to it,
Yeah.
at the top I'll kind of do a little
Thrust.
I'll get up on my toes and
Yeah,
get my
get
hips
some-
through.
Yeah.
Is that
get
I
that
mean, simple.
Yeah.
But I in the last 2 months ago, I was barely like walking. Like my back was killing me. So
Yeah.
between dry needling, and then some regular physical therapy, and then as I I met with Joey actually, and we talked about everything, and then I saw knees over toes guys, and I started like incorporating that into my workouts when I go to the gym, and I do this in like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It don't take a shit ton of time. You just get out and keep moving.
Yeah.
But bro, like I feel really good. Like it's been
That's awesome.
it's been cool, bro. So I believe like if just body weight,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
getting into those positions,
Yeah.
under control. It's not very very violent move. It's just under
Yeah.
control and allowing those muscles to work. And so
Right.
when they're having to stabilize as you go through that range of
Yeah.
motion, that's a fucking
Right.
workout.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
a hell
yeah,
of a
for real.
workout. Yeah.
There's a guy that's one of those long distance trail runners who
Mhm.
had done one of these like massive distance, multi-day, supported runs through
Yeah.
like the Pacific Coast Trail or something,
Shit.
and came back and he was having all these back pains and leg pains.
Yeah.
And the docs, the sports doctor said he had butt amnesia. Basically, like his body
tough.
had forgotten to use his glutes.
Yeah.
So he was putting all his pressure on his back and his lower legs to push through things.
Quads.
Yeah.
Because he just had gotten injured or minor or something.
Right.
And there's all these little but it's not coming from there.
No
it's
doubt.
coming from a different part of your body.
Yep, exactly.
And people are like, I've had back pain from running,
Right.
and it's not from my back.
From
My
your
back is
hamstring,
fine. It's
more
from a
likely,
hamstring or from a calf problem,
Yeah.
or even just like the way that your foot is hitting the ground.
Exactly. Yep.
And
All that shit matters.
all that shit matters.
Crazy.
And getting your, like you say, getting your range of motion up, getting to where you're good and flexible, and also building the strength along with it. So not just being loose like a noodle, but having that good solid core strength to and like talking about running over rocks and running on AstroTurf. We talked about not too long ago about the difference between people.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Like some of these young
It's
guys
pounding on the knees, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand like these NBA guys, man. Like, like I know when I was at the same time, and I felt like I was a peak athlete.
Yep.
I was getting my cardio in by playing basketball games.
Right.
I'd never had a knee injury in my life, but after about 3 games, I start feeling, just below my knee.
Tendinitis.
Yeah, it's like what is this pain all of a sudden? And it's just from that, pounding on that hardwood surface. Baseball, we play natural surface for the most part. Right. A lot of these kids are playing like AstroTurf now, but we grew up playing on grass and dirt and things like that, and you don't take that pounding. Yeah. So even if I do go for a run, and it's been freaking a long time, maybe a couple years since I went on a run, like a run.
I ain't even
I never. Yeah, I don't run on pavement. Like I refuse to run on pavement. I'll run if there's a sidewalk. I'll run on the grass besides the sidewalk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's that pounding that you take over time. And another thing, have y'all noticed that this CrossFit craze is kind of going away a little bit?
It's dying, huh?
Yeah, bro. And I was telling people, I was like, man, it's horrible. That's horrible for your body, man. It breaks you down. Yeah. It does more bad than good. And I've never seen an athlete go over to, someone that's played sports like hardcore at a high level, go over to CrossFit because it just never made sense. And I'm watching all these people do this CrossFit training, and I'm like, man, I don't think they understand the toll that they're putting on their bodies right now. And most of them, like a majority of them didn't even have good form in the lifts. They were just throwing weight.
I was gonna say, I don't actually honestly know that much about. Like I just never got into it.
Yeah. CrossFit, man. I did a couple of
worst.
I mean, I see some Instagram where people are ripped, but that's about all.
Yeah, but
it's usually like the same 4 people.
Yeah,
indeed. Yeah.
And they probably got ripped before they started doing CrossFit.
And they were genetics.
Yeah.
What was one of the worst forms? Like one of the worst exercises in CrossFit.
That snatch.
The head over the head.
Yeah.
With their shoulders all
over.
Or
any lift, right? Because I got trained because of baseball. I'm telling you, I know a lot about a shoulder.
Yeah.
I can diagnose shoulders dang near.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, from having injuries.
No doubt. Absolutely.
And I can tell people how to overcome and how to stretch it out and what they need to do to feel better.
Yep.
And I learned it early on. The elbows are not supposed to go above the ears, right? In the lift, like you shouldn't go
with weight
beyond this point because people think of the shoulder as a ball and socket joint, but it's a hook joint.
Right.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Well, you feel it. You feel it on me. Mark's got all. Y'all got all that muscle up there. on me, you can feel the bones.
Yeah, that muscle gone now.
That hook will start to dig. Right. The more that you lift your foot extension, even doing this isn't good. But like lifting a box, like you shouldn't never. The shoulders were not meant to go. Beyond this point.
You can hang that way. You can dead hang
like
or pull up.
Yeah.
But lifting some percentage of your body pushing up from that direction is just you can push here, you can push here, but pushing directly or back is really where it's really bad. It's behind your head is when it's really anything where you're pushing. You're
just
getting
grinds
up
in
there.
That joint.
Yeah.
Grinds it.
The occupational therapy studies have shown that.
I've always had to keep my range of motion, so you don't see too many baseball players with just massive chests. We don't do bench press, right, with a straight bar. We do the bench press with dumbbells, so we can keep that full range of motion here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But just little things like that, working out, man. But I know Dallas is a crazy city about working out, so that's good. That's a good
we're up
subject
there.
to touch.
I'm sure we're in the top 10, 15.
That kept us busy for a while.
Yeah. For sure, man. But yeah, man. So I guess we can go ahead and move on. I don't know. We're gonna hit some NCAA because there was a Senior Bowl this past week, and I just
was a Senior Bowl.
Love watching the young bucks come up.
Introduction of a new game.
What's that new game?
NCAA football is back.
Yes, sir. I used to get down on NCAA football, man.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because you can't run the option on Madden.
You can,
but
it's not quite NCAA.
And the gameplay is much faster on NCAA than Madden. Yeah, typically a lot looser. Right, so I'm excited to see what they come up with, bro. It's gonna be a fun one, man. But the Senior Bowl, man, really only person. There's a couple guys I was watching, a few, but Sam Ehlinger, bro, that guy looks ready for the NFL right now.
Really? So
my gosh,
like earlier we talked about Sam, and you made talked about how Sam would be a better professional athlete than a college athlete. Yeah, and you felt like this was kind of the introduction.
Because he's playing with an entire new scheme. He's not playing with his UT athletes. Right. And we're looking at out routes, 15-yard outs, how they deliver the ball, where they deliver the ball. Okay. And Sam was spot on. Was it? His incomplete passes were just out of the reach, but where you want to be.
Good misses.
Good misses. Mm-hmm. Where the defense can't take it to the house or pick it off.
Oh, it's hard for some people to say good miss.
Yeah. So, yes. Yeah. It was a good, but I'm saying he was driving the ball up and down the field. Yeah. Right? And, compared to Ian Book from Notre Dame. That kid looked.
He was all over the place.
Oh, my gosh.
I saw it. Yeah, he was all over the place.
Pulling it down, running. It's like you're not a running back. And you're not fast enough to do that. Yeah. So your stock just fell in my eyes.
Yeah, he wasn't very.
Yeah, Sam was getting the ball out on time.
He was getting the ball on time, yeah.
And
Matt Jones.
Yeah.
Of
course, Matt Jones. I figured he'd give a good showing.
And
then
those two.
And my guy from A&M, he started off real slow.
Killing.
Took him a long time to get moving.
True.
But he reminds me of Dak. Like body type, speed.
Killing?
No, not
faster.
Mond?
Yeah.
He's faster than Dak?
Quicker twitch than Dak.
Is he?
For sure. He's a slimmer
version.
Physique, body.
Yeah, but he reminds me of Dak.
Okay.
Because he's not
light-skinned brother.
Light-skinned
brother. All right.
Okay. In sports, playing quarterback. Look like Dak.
It is Dak.
He's more Dak than Mahomes. All right. I know Matt was all over the light skinned brothers last week with Matt, with Pat Mahomes. But
So
But he's more Dak than Mahomes, right? Yeah. And it took him a while to get going. So he was all right. So, he didn't have a bad showing, but I think he could have done better, right?
Yeah, no doubt. But I always, when looking at Kellen, and in my mind, I was like, Kellen's he's an average college quarterback. Yeah. And I didn't feel like he had the Ehlinger stuff. So I was like, man, if anything, he's a career backup. Yeah. Yeah. I could see, like, if he does get in a system.
If he gets a job.
Yeah, if he picks up something or a coach just likes him. Yeah. Or whatever, I see career backup.
5th, 6th round pick, maybe?
Yes.
Sam looked good. I was hoping I'd see old buddy, your guy from BYU.
It won't take you long because, you've been there. Yeah. It won't take you long to be like, oh, okay.
He's got it.
This kid got it.
Yeah.
This kid got it.
Yeah, man.
And hands down.
That running back from North Carolina, he had some pretty impressive runs too.
He did.
Carter
played well.
Yeah, I saw him during the season because they played Notre Dame, and I was like, that guy's pretty solid back there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'll tell you, there was two. So one guy that made a lot of money was the D3 center, Quinn Menieres. Yeah. He made a lot of money. Yeah. He was mauling for
That's a big dude.
First of all, they talked. So he wore his jersey like Zeke did. This is all that center fat guy. I'm proud of my belly. That was awesome. I love fat.
I need to work on that one.
Yeah, that's all good. Hey, just don't come up here.
Body positive, baby.
Coming up here with what they call a half shirt back in the day?
The
half shirt.
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's how we used to wear. That was athletic period.
Yeah. Back in the 80s, that was the cool thing to do.
Yeah, with the sleeves rolled up.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Senior Bowl is pretty cool to watch. Sam Ehlinger, impressive, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the league. I think he'll be good. Whoever he gets, he's gonna sneak up and be a really good quarterback for somebody.
If he ends up with a good quarterback coach, that kid will take a job. Yeah, I think he could definitely take a job, similar to Heineke in Washington.
Yep. Hey,
He's not
coming to
taking
Dallas.
a job in Washington, but
yeah,
he's gonna play somewhere.
Yeah,
Eventually.
For sure. Then there's no NFL games going on, but I put together a nice little segment this week for us. This week we're gonna introduce y'all to verses. All right,
verses.
All right, it's just
like Bible verses.
Yeah, I mean it's Super Bowl week coming up. We got and it kind of started out with the challenge from between Tyreek Hill and Scotty Miller.
Scotty Miller.
Yeah, Scotty was like, "Hey,
who you got?"
Scotty's like, "Hey, I beat him in the end. Anybody racing against me, I got him."
Yeah.
Then they asked Tyreek. I think he was just saying something nice to not give him any bulletin board material. He was like, Scotty's pretty fast. I don't know who will win this race, but I see him cocky against everybody else they talk about. You know what I mean?
True.
So, race between Tyreek and Scotty. Who you got?
Boy, that's a good. What are they running? The 100 or the 200 or the quarter
or the 50?
The 100.
In the 100?
Let's go with the 100.
Fuck. That's tough, bro.
Hold on. Let's go football, man. Let's go football metrics. Who's winning the
40? Oh, we're going to go 40.
Who's winning the 40?
In the 40?
In the 40 between Scotty Miller and Tyreek Hill. Who you got?
I got Tyreek in the 40.
Tyreek.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got Tyreek in the 40. I got Tyreek, in the 40.
No doubt.
He just looks more streamlined.
I think his start is going to be
key.
Yeah. It's that quick off.
I think he's going to have a faster 10, and therefore
faster 40.
He'll have faster 40.
But you think Scotty might get him in 100?
I think Scotty might get him in 100. Though.
Really?
I'm watching Scotty. I was like, man, his stride length is pretty solid. Like, so if he gets out
real easy,
oh man, he can hold it. Yeah, he can hold it. Like he can hold it, and he gonna cover ground. I was like, it's the same. Like when I look at those longer, really fat, like Usain Bolt is cut. Like he gets out. He doesn't always get out as fast as a little guy,
but by 30-40, he's chopping.
He's
eating up ground.
Yeah.
He's eating up ground.
6'5" stride is serious.
6'5" stride is serious. So that's when so the 100. I'll probably take Scotty.
Scotty in the 100. Tyreek in the 40.
Yeah.
That'd be a good battle to see.
Man, I'd love to see it, bro.
That'd be a good photo finish.
Who would you take in that one?
In the 100?
Yeah.
Maybe Scotty.
Yeah. What about?
Like I haven't
about the same.
I haven't watched it with a critical eye.
Not enough.
Man, I'm taking Tyreek, man. That's cheating.
Across the board.
I'm taking across the board. That's cheating right there, man.
Now, what I think would be really interesting, talking about putting it in the football, keeping it in the football context, would be 100-yard with pads? Like some tires and like you gotta step on some
obstacle course.
Obstacle course. I'm taking Tyreek.
Or you got somebody trying to tackle you,
like the steeplechase. You want to do the steeplechase?
Or you got somebody trying to tackle you. You got that big dude. You got that big dude with his belly hanging out.
Trying to kick you down. That canine run.
Because that changes things.
That does change things.
Like that's a big difference between that kind of speed and straight line down the line speed.
I'm gonna take Tyreek, man, all day, just because that guy is incredibly fast. Scotty's incredibly fast too.
Scotty is incredibly fast. Yeah,
incredibly
so
fast.
And
quite honestly, I ain't seen enough of Scotty.
It's a toss up.
I haven't seen enough of Scotty.
But
on to the next.
We're recommending that race happen. That would be a good one to see.
This next versus we got funniest tight end.
Funniest
tight end. We got Gronk versus my man's Kelsey.
Trav. Yeah.
Which one is, bro? That's a toss-up right there.
That is.
That's two types of funny.
It is two types.
Gronk is more of a Jim Carrey type funny. Real action.
He's just out there.
Just action. Yeah. He's wild, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
And
Kelsey's got jokes.
Kelsey is, he's just good.
Kelsey's got jokes. That's a funny dude.
Kelsey's a little more intellectual.
Yeah, but he's
kind of make you put some thought into it.
That boy he got jokes, man. Funny dude.
Kelsey is he Gary Owen.
Yeah.
He Gary Owen, G-O. And Gronk is definitely
Jim Carrey, Martin Lawrence.
He's definitely Jim.
Yeah, bro. Martin got
some crazy moves.
Yeah, he got the motions. You know what I'm saying? He cracked up at the right time.
Yeah.
Like what's that movie?
Blue Streak.
Blue Streak, bro. He had pieces in his hand, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, so I think Kelsey's a little funnier though, bro, because he's got the wit, man. He's got that wit.
Yeah,
so you might have one goes to stand up and one goes to slapstick movies.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Gronk is definitely signing with Adam Sandler.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely signing.
No doubt.
Adam Sandler.
And Kelsey signing with Tyler Perry.
Kelsey's on TV side. Exactly.
Kelsey on Tyler Perry roster.
Yeah,
bro.
His first round Tyler Perry draft pick.
Yeah, man.
First round.
Yeah, so we got, it's Super Bowl week, man. We gotta find something fun to do for these guys, right?
No doubt.
Next up, we'll get a little bit more serious, man. Best defense. Best defense. We got the Chiefs defense versus the Bucks defense. Both of them are coming with it right now.
They are, obviously.
So who are you picking and why? What you got?
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna pick Kansas City defense.
Yeah.
Because Honey Badger
Honey Badger
got to eat.
Yeah.
Honey Badger gonna hunt.
Yeah.
Honey Badger don't play no fucking games.
No, he does not.
Hey,
that is a ball hawk right there. Wherever the ball is,
bro. I love how they use him.
Fine Honey Badger.
He's a great decoy. Spagnuolo is awesome. Like, he's so good. But how they use that dude is incredible. It's awesome. It's incredible. He makes so many plays in the backfield.
Yeah.
At the line of scrimmage.
He's one of those unique players that you can do that
over the top. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and that's really, I think you kind of hit on the difference between KC defense and some other teams in the area that you might could name that Cowboy hat.
Yeah,
it's not enough to have the talent or even the intangibles.
Yeah,
but you also have to use that in a solid,
a D coordinator that actually puts you in the position to do what you do best.
Yeah, I mean, like you can have one without the other and be okay.
Yep.
If you join that two together, the technique and the talent.
Yep.
That's when you can really.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
See some damage being done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Man, this is a lot tougher than it seems because that Tampa Bay D line, bro, like they are healthy.
They are.
And they are flying.
They're healthy, yeah.
They are flying around like crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Nanda Kung Su and Pierre Paul, man. Those boys are serious over there.
They Andy Reid.
But
they know they're going to be flying.
Like, I'm with you on KC side, man, because they got some serious guys on the line too. But they got the Honey Badger. Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger don't care.
Honey Badger ain't scared. Honey Badger don't feel fear now.
Yeah, he's everywhere, bro. And I love it. I love watching that guy play, man.
Me too.
Love it.
It's fun. It's like he plays free. And it reminds, like, my favorite player to watch was on my team, was Ed Reed.
Yeah.
He was free, bro.
How was it playing with Ed Reed, bro?
But amazing.
That dude there was just an incredible athlete. Yeah. And it seemed like every time he had I was like, why ain't Ed Reed on offense? Because every time he caught the rock, it seemed like he's taking it to the house.
Yeah, he could have did it. Man. I mean, but it's not, like, offensive guys really not the top of that good. But he could have played offense.
Yeah.
Period. So like, Deion played offense. Ed could absolutely play offense. Probably been better. Yeah. Like, he was like, Deion, like, straight line. Yeah. Ed could, he can chop you up. Like, he gonna get you. Yeah.
Man, bro. Ed Reed was amazing, bro.
So, Honey Badger, Ed Reed, like, so I appreciate that. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. Man, so I'm just thinking, man, Ed Reed and Deion on the same team at one point in time. I know it was later in the career.
Insane.
But golly, that's like the whole field is covered with those two guys.
Like they good. Yeah, where you gonna go?
And then you got Ray Lewis just hitting people and praying for him.
Better throw it.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got coaches, man. Who you got? Andy Reid or Bruce Arians? Best coach.
Oh, that's good.
Best coach, man.
That's good.
That's tough.
That's tough. It is. It really is.
That's tough because coaching is more than drawing up plays.
It is.
You got to understand who you are as a coach
and
who your personnel is.
Yeah.
And Bruce Arians is dang good at drawing up plays and understanding who he is.
Well, I'm gonna go up front and say I'm gonna cheap out on this one and say I really don't think you can judge a coach based on like one season. I really think that you have to have a lifetime on a coach.
Yeah.
Because they can have a good season just by luck. They can have a couple of good seasons if they have good talent. and have a good, like they can inherit a good
unit, good team.
Yeah, a good field.
Yeah, very switching.
And then not be
still got to manage.
Yeah,
right.
He managed them,
but
and then lost.
But really, long term, like that's one of those lifetime achievement kind of things.
Oh, I didn't mean to talk down on OU either. Right?
No, I was like, he handled up. He took care of business.
Yeah, I got that one morning.
Yeah, but you look at like talking about the great legacy of the Dallas area, Landry, and Bear Bryant from on the other side of the Mississippi. And some more recent guys. I mean, we've seen some that you guys can fill in the blanks on.
Nick Saban should have put Nick Saban and Bear Bryant on his verses right here, man.
Those are those kind of things that, like, it's not one seed because they each one of those guys had losing seasons from time to time.
Yeah.
But they came back from it. They built strong teams year after year after year after year.
Yeah.
And had an impact on had an impact on their players and their team's life outside of just the regular season, outside of just the game.
Yeah, and the losing season for them is different than the losing season for Nick Saban is 3 losses versus 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
So, based on what you do know, who would you rather play for?
Of the two we got on the
Andy Reid and Bruce Arians.
I don't know. Probably the guy with the red hat.
Yeah.
Why?
One of them.
Why?
What's that red hat? What's that red hat?
In the picture.
Is it a Kango hat or
Yeah, because the red Kango.
The Kango say a lot.
He's speaking to his brother.
Yeah, that say a lot now.
That's true.
Yeah. So, well, who would you rather? What do you think?
So so it is really tough because when I think of coaches, I'm not thinking about the question in like who would I play for, like who would I love to play for, and it's both of them.
Yeah.
Like it really is. They're both awesome, and they both put guys in position to do what they do well. They're not married to no one thing.
Yeah,
I love that. Like that is coaching at its highest form.
Yeah.
But let me see. Bruce is a little bit more. He's a little bit more. What's my word? Free at the lips. Like he'll say some shit, and you're just like, did he really just say that?
Yeah.
And he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right. Yeah.
I want to play for that guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm not my personality is not a talk shit kind of guy, but on the inside, somebody will say something that I was thinking. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. And Bruce is like that.
Yeah,
not like that.
Yeah.
So I would love Bruce.
Yeah.
I love Andy.
Man, okay.
I'm really interested. This just happens to be the topic, but I've been really interested in coaches in general, not in any specific sport at all, but just coaches in general, and like why some coaches. I mean, obviously there's lots of reasons why some coaches are have more impact than others, but like what are the
intangibles?
Yeah. What are the intangibles that cross across sports and across coaching styles and things
over time
like
they've changed. They've changed. A coach in the 80s and 90s is different than what you got to be nowadays.
True, but I think there still should be, like, we should see some common themes there.
I think that flexibility
flows across. Yeah, right? And the flexibility is one of them.
Yeah.
And
being more so now.
Adjust, right? Even because there's coaches that were good back then, they're still getting after it now, and they just made that adjustment. They understand who their audience is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But my pick here is no doubt Andy Reid, right? That guy has been through everything.
See the guy with the red,
and I think he's a he got the red hat on the left. For the Dallas Texans, coaching the Dallas Texans.
Yeah.
Right? So that guy, he's been through hell, man. Yeah, he's had, son commit suicide. He's been through, T.O. and McNabb drama. Right? He was willing to take a chance on my favorite player, Michael Vick, when nobody else would. And not only did that, but Vick came back balling.
He did.
He did. I think that I think that speaks volumes on who he is. Then going to Kansas City, he's basically built this team. He's a guy that makes tough decisions, and they need to be made for the betterment of the team. Like I said, the last time I saw Alex Smith in the Kansas City uniform, he was 25 for 26. 26 passes and completed 25 of them.
That's crazy.
And then got his butt sat on the bench for the betterment of the team and Pat Mahomes, and we see what this kid's doing. Right?
Yep.
So
it's a big move.
And then he's not a cocky player or a cocky coach, right? He's not, Belichickish.
No, he's not Andy Reid. I mean, I'm not Andy Reid. I mean, he's not. Who's the type? Bruce.
Bruce Arians?
Yeah, he's not Bruce Arians.
He's not Bruce Arians. He seems like the type of dude you can sit at his crib, sit at his house on the back porch, have a beer with him, and just chop it up about football, right? And a more personable coach. Yeah. Right? And not saying that Bruce Arians isn't. He seems real personable as well because he's wearing Kangos. I'm sure he's watching Colors in the 80s.
Yeah. He's going to be cocky with it.
Yeah, he's going to be cocky with it. But, when I'm looking at a coach, I'm looking at more of a mentor type of a person. Right? Someone that's been through some things. Yeah. Someone that I can truly follow as a man. I think he's been a great example. Just been able to survive the tragic events that he's gone through and come out on top, bro, is just incredible. I take my hats off to that dude, Andy Reid. He's a special type of character, bro. And I'd love to play for him if I played football. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that, right? He taking chances on people. Man, I think he's an excellent dude. But up next, we got QBs.
Moving on.
We go versus the GOAT, man.
That's easy.
Pat Mahomes versus Brady. We were going to do Brady versus Joe Montana.
That would have been a good one.
But I feel like that was disrespect to Pat Mahomes and what he's done to this point.
At that age.
At this age. Mm-hmm. We're talking this is his third year in the league. Mm-hmm. He's got one Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. I think Brady got a Super Bowl in his first year as a starter, right? Yep. So, I mean, these are comparable.
Brady's been in the league, like 50 years?
21 of them, man. 21 strong. And he's been training, like what you were saying, he's been training with a baseball guy, Tom House.
Yeah.
Right? That same guy that trained Nolan Ryan. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to talk on that because, if they get on my boy Barry Bonds all the time, I'm like, man, Nolan was throwing 144, dog.
Right.
200 pitches a game. He ain't had no help.
Yeah, he was
on the same team with Canseco.
They weren't doing. They weren't coming out.
He didn't have a little extra.
How many complete games he had at 44?
At 40, he didn't have any juice, But anyways, I'm not gonna speculate. But I just want y'all to think about that. But anyway, Tom House, the same guy that trained Nolan Ryan.
Little shade.
No, I love Nolan Ryan. I had his 300 wins pinned on my wall, but don't get on my boy Barry. I had his poster on my wall.
Yeah, you gonna throw shade on Barry. We're gonna shade.
I just want y'all to. If you're gonna look this way, you can't be blind over here too. You know what I'm saying? My boy Barry hit 700 home runs. My boy Nolan had 1 million strikeouts.
Yeah. Like what?
They both had help.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Let's not be dumb. Pudge got caught. That was the catcher.
Yeah.
Jose Canseco and told on everybody.
He did.
Juan Gonzalez won't even talk to nobody. Yeah. Rafael Palmeiro was his first baseman.
The whole crew.
George Bush on the team.
The whole crew.
Hey, I'm just saying. Anyway.
What it is.
Tom House was Brady's is his arm coach. That's his arm guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, he thinks Brady's gonna play past 45. But who y'all got here? Best QB today.
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes?
Yeah. They're not close.
Not even close? No.
Yeah.
It's not close.
Yeah, taking it as a slice in time. Mm-hmm. Just a slice in time, not the history, not the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Slice in time, Mahomes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Today.
Yeah.
If you include like history, well, that's really kind of an unfair advantage because Brady's got a shit ton of history.
6 rings.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he's been playing football longer than I've been alive.
He also, but Mahomes doesn't have that mind that Brady has.
No.
But I mean, the experience.
What do you mean?
Just the experience that Brady's had, right? You think Mahomes would have, for instance, that play that he threw to Godwin last week, 3rd and short. You think Mahomes would have gone for that same pass right there? In that scenario?
All right, so
because Godwin wasn't even expecting the ball. Huh? Godwin wasn't expecting the ball in that play. That 50-yard pass.
He wasn't expecting the ball.
No, he didn't know it was coming to him because the play's not drawn up for him. But Brady had the wit to throw it 50 yards down.
Why did he run 50 yards down the field if the play wasn't drawn up?
Well, the play was drawn. The play was designed. That was his route, but he wasn't one of the first 2 or 3 options on the play. Is what I'm saying. You know when the play is drawn up. The quarterback has one. And then this is one of the later options.
Yeah, because it's short yardage. Yep. And so you already know defensive-minded guy. They're already going to be like, all right, play the line.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of actually hitting any deep pass that you have in your offensive playbook on second and short and third and short.
Yeah.
Because they're not. I mean, they're not expecting it.
Yeah.
They're expecting.
You always have to play the odds.
So you think Brady came up to the line expecting to throw that pass to Godwin right there? Or do you think he saw what was going on?
I think he observed and then he felt like, oh yeah. They're trying to play. I'm fit to throw it.
So you're saying that there's experience.
There's experience because over time, like as a rookie, Brady wouldn't have been able to see that. Is what I'm saying. Or a second, third year player, he wouldn't have been able to see that
now.
You think Mahomes will see that?
Absolutely. That's not rocket science. That's I line up. Okay, that safety is like he's playing. There ain't nobody. There ain't nobody.
Yeah,
it's my guy and that guy.
Yeah,
I'll take a chance on my guy. Mahomes will see. I think it's not so much. It's Andy Reid and Mahomes, and the whole scheme as a whole considers all things.
Yeah.
Likewise with Brady, Belichick, and now Brady and Arians, same thing. Like considering all things.
Yeah.
Football IQ, like that comes from when the coaches are sitting at the round table, and then they bring the quarterback in, and we talk about the game plan. I mean, we talk about what their tendencies are, and so on and so forth. I mean, but there's nothing that Brady is doing that Mahomes can't and won't.
Oh, I know there's nothing he can't do physically, but I'm saying
mentally
recognizing
yes.
Like because these defenses they're not just lining up in the cover 3. Like they're coming out in something else and then shifting and trying to do it. They're doing their best to fool the offense.
He's seen it all.
Yeah, at this point he's already seen it.
Mahomes has seen it all.
All right.
Pat has seen it all. He's seen it all.
Right on.
He's seen it all, bro.
Well,
there's nothing from a pure football IQ standpoint that Mahomes won't have going into a game and his preparedness for a game that Brady won't.
Yeah.
Brady, he's executed and he's performed cold-blooded under pressure and made throws. The play, not necessarily like the throws he's made were in great locations.
Yeah.
And his guys made very good ass plays.
Yeah.
Namely, Edelman's catch, circumstance that was going on. Does he make that throw under that pressure? Whole nother ballgame. We don't know.
Is Mahomes there?
We're seeing. I
where
believe
he's throwing
so.
spots right now. He's throwing his spots versus.
Oh God, yeah. He puts the ball where his guy, where he got get in.
Where he thinks his guy's gonna be.
Or he knows.
Or he should be.
Or he sends his guy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like because you can also lead a receiver, like catch it over there. Like they have the guys that can react to balls and make plays.
This is stuff that Dak does not do that I was pointing out last week. Dak waits till open. Or he scrambles.
He does. He moves around. I mean, but Mahomes Dak is not a comparison.
But people love to do the comparison. I mean, I don't think Dak and Wilson is a comparison, but people love to make that comparison.
It's not. It's not. I mean, you make it because that's your quarterback.
Man.
And then you look at theirs and you're like, he's fucking good.
Yeah.
Why not our guy or our guy's kind of like that. Like that's Anyways, but no, there's no comparison there.
Yep.
Right but Mahomes, I'm taking Mahomes. I think he can do anything and beyond what Brady can do. Brady's in the Super Bowl not because of his decision making and arm talent.
Yeah,
it's a combination of a run game, a really good defense, and he's made some good throws.
And his leadership has rubbed off.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
yep.
No doubt.
1,000%.
No doubt.
1,000%.
But yeah, man. So hey, before we move on, any flip flops on the Super Bowl victories? You know what I'm saying? If you switch, I'm switching, Jonas. I love to go back to my Chiefs, but
but I'm probably gonna be wrong at this point. Like odds are this time I'm wrong.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, like I said, if you got Chiefs, I got the Bucks, and vice versa. But yeah, no, that was great. I agree with you. I think Mahomes at this point today, no doubt, is a better quarterback.
Okay.
The experience that Brady has, I think that that's only going to make Mahomes even better as he gets older and more experience and sees more. I don't know what else he could see at this point, but
well, it's not just like I mean, like I don't really know, but I would think that there's intangibles. I would think that there's experience that has less to do with specific plays, but more to do with dealing with the pressure and dealing with
primarily
dealing with difficult teammates and integrating the team together and things like that. Like, that whole building the relationship with your receivers so that if I throw it here, my guy's gonna be there.
He's gonna go get it. Yeah.
Whether and knowing who's gonna be better at going this way and that way and things like that come over time.
Yeah.
And a truly fair comparison career wise would be when Mahomes gets 21 years in the NFL.
Yeah.
And what are the odds that that's going to happen? I mean, honestly.
It might
regardless.
Quarterbacks can get hit.
More likely today than it was yesterday.
For sure. I heard Ronnie Lott on an interview, and he was like, man, 14 years was a lot back in the day, but quarterbacks wasn't lasting that long.
Right.
Because guys like Lawrence Taylor was coming to take your head off.
Right.
And there were no rule. Yeah, there wasn't no rule against.
Right.
Taking your head off.
You could
driving you into the ground.
Screw it back on.
They can do all that.
Go to the next play.
These days, that's what he said has contributed a ton to Tom Brady's longevity is the fact that the rules have changed tremendously. But for the quarterback, for offense, for ratings.
There may be an opportunity to see what that looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in terms of raw physical talent, the right experience for the season and the game that's coming up next week.
Yeah.
Mahomes is younger. He's got more energy.
Yeah.
But it's just better, bro.
Yeah. He's a better quarterback.
He's just better, bro.
No doubt.
He's just a better quarterback.
Mahomes wins that versus, for sure. Oh, man. We got the sirens going off.
So hopefully that's not the missiles coming in.
We got fires or tornado coming
through. Test.
Texas tornado carried by Nick. About to walk through the front door.
Right.
Well, for the first time, we got a siren in the middle of the show.
Yeah, man.
That's
all
good.
The first. Yeah, you remember Siren from American Gladiators, bro?
She was awesome. She was Siren was dope.
All the competition.
Siren was dope.
But hey, speaking of deaf, man, shout out to Texas School for the Deaf for winning their first state championship this year, man. That's pretty impressive, bro. That's pretty impressive. But I just wanted to slide that in real quick while I could. And also shout out to Carthage High School, man. They've been going off, man. They won another one this year. They won by 67 points this year, something like that, in the state championship. But anyways, they had to slide that in from one Nook, Gary and Barry one time. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there.
That's good.
But he's Carthage pride, man. Love him to death. He's my college roommate. But had to throw that in. He's been asking me for weeks to say something about Carthage. And
there it is. There
Carthage. Carthage High. And they ain't ranked number 1 in Texas. Just want to make that clear, GB. But yeah, so I mean, we had a few other things to talk about, man. We'll get to Tiger Woods eventually, man. We're gonna let y'all soak it up a little bit longer, but
one day,
man,
it's a long thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of tech talk we can get to right now. So let's go ahead and jump into it, Jay.
One last thing that's sort of still sports.
Catch that screwball real quick.
And I believe you may know this guy a little bit. Deion Sanders is going to be a subject of a documentary called Coach Prime. Produced by Barstool Sports.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
That's awesome, man.
From his time at JSU.
Hey, I just like to say that Deion, he handed me my first state championship ring, and he, Prime Prep was his first gig. Trinity Christian School, where he coaches high school.
Yep.
That I went to school there.
Yep.
And he dominated out there, man, to the point to where they kicked him out of TAPS.
Oh,
all right, and we went through the same issues. Coach Mike Barber was my coach. We went through the same issues. Came in dominating, and they suspended Coach Barber for 2 years. But moving over to Jackson State University, I think that's a huge move, man. Mm-hmm. Huge move, and he did exactly what I thought he was gonna do. He went and got his son out of South Carolina, plays cornerback, and he's taking his son with him out of Trinity. Right. I think that is gonna be huge for him, man. And just to see a small school. Get that notoriety that they're about to get is awesome, man. Yeah. HBCU, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And Warren Sapp's out there with him, coaching. There's another.
So Dennis Thurman's out there. He was a coach with the Ravens.
Yeah.
He was our DB coach, actually.
Wow.
So, Deion.
Man.
He was out there. He had them all, man.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be cool.
Be good
good
for the city of Jackson and especially in the state of Mississippi in general to see some positive, have something good happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking from experience.
A little bit.
Hey man, I stopped in Jackson to get some gas, bro. Woo! I'm talking about. It was like 3:00 in the morning. I was coming back from Orange Beach, Alabama, from a baseball tournament. Maybe like 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Had to be on my P's and Q's, bro.
You felt that?
Man.
It was in the air?
Bro, it was in the air, bro. And people walking around. People walking around.
3 in the morning.
At the gas station.
Just
looking at me hard. I got my family in the car, so hey, I was ready, dog.
You gotta have that heat.
There was a little gas station.
Nice.
A little gas station that I used to go to regular when I was living over there that had 3 shootings in the time that I was living. Like
at the gas station.
I would go. Police still be there marking shit off.
Oh shit!
Like it was
using the hood, cuz.
Hey, it's Jackson. I mean,
let my boy Keith the Mosey tell us though. Jackson State been hot. He was playing linebacker for him back in the gap, back in like 2000, like 2005.
Early 2000, yeah.
So they been hot, but hey, I was like, you was smiling extra hard the other day with that sweatshirt on. I ain't seen you pull out yet.
Oh, now you go wear your jacket. Okay,
right?
Nah, that's my boy, man. That's my boy.
That's a good food over there.
But no,
it's gonna be good. What's the record gonna be? 10 games
this year?
Jackson State.
I don't know what the record was last year.
What do you think it's gonna be this year?
This year?
Coming up
5-5.
I agree.
That first year's always
gonna be rough.
I would have gone like 6-4, but
yeah,
6-4.
5-5.
I give him some extra credit because gotta be down.
Safe better.
How long does Deion stay?
5 years.
5 years.
1 year after his youngest son graduates.
5 years is good. Yeah, I'd be very happy to see him stay 5 years.
5, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might get his Doug Williams on, bro. You know, Doug Williams was down at Grambling State for a while there.
For a good melody.
Yeah, and
I don't think he's a lifer.
I
wouldn't say
well, my concern would be that like with the name, like if he does good stuff there and with the name recognition, somebody's gonna pick him off and put him on a bigger school,
possibly,
or even pro
$10 million a year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
but I don't,
I
don't think Prime's in it for the money because he's got his Barstool Sports situation going. He's still got the NFL Network going.
Yeah.
He's still Prime.
He is still Prime.
He's still Prime, bro.
But I would love.
Prime is also still Prime to that point.
Like, he will take that money.
Yeah, I mean, in
Must
the state,
be the money. That's his jam. He made that song.
But he'd be welcome to come to the show and tell us about it.
Yeah. I don't. Does Jackson State get a game on ABC? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't. I don't.
Maybe that Thanksgiving they might bring that Thanksgiving Bayou Classic back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be Southern and Grambling, but they might go and get Jackson State and Southern going, and Jackson State and Grambling going.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's what I say. Like having a big name there.
That'll bring them one game,
especially if he's doing some good stuff with the school.
Yeah, one game on primetime TV.
That might get them some recognition.
I think that's yeah.
Hey, Jackson State band better come with it. You know, that Bayou Classic, everybody turning off after halftime. Bands come out, man. Yeah, bro. That's huge. But yeah, what else we got, bro? What else we got?
Well, this also impacts Mississippi because there's a big Nissan plant there. But Nissan, so we talked a little bit last week about chip supply, like the producing the silicon chip, and so due to a lack of supply of the semiconductors for what we used to call the brains in the cars. Nissan is cutting back on truck production. So the nice little Nissan trucks are slowing down. They're not the only ones. Ford, Volkswagen, Toyota, Fiat, Chrysler. And,
really? The Tundra?
A lot of them have. I think it's across the board. That they're taking a few days, basically just taking a few days off the line to let the supply of chips catch up.
Is this the same chip company we were talking about last week?
That's a good question. Like that'll be a research question for me because I just found literally just broke this news a couple hours ago.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
right here on Noonish,
breaking news. Right? Actually, I think it was on ABC last night. But I just heard about it. So it's very possible. And the story is that the production for the chips has shifted to laptops and phones and stuff,
right?
Because people are just not buying the cars right now. They're buying laptops. They're buying desktops.
I mean, for what, you can't go anywhere.
Right, exactly. So anyway,
but everybody's online shopping like crazy.
Yep.
So as things progress with the way the world is these days, you know, you better be reskilling, because a lot of things changing.
Yep, things are changing.
Reskilling.
Yeah. So we're going from the industrial revolution age to the technological revolution age.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to be doing like the post-technological revolution now.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do when everybody's got a phone in their hand?
Yeah.
So I think Bill Gibson's one that said the future's already here. It's just not evenly distributed.
Yep.
I mean, we're already seeing what the future is going to look like in places.
Going to Mars, baby.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but another thing.
That's a great quote, by the way.
I appreciate. William House.
Clubhouse.
Which I appreciate it.
Clubhouse is coming up, man.
Clubhouse coming up.
Y'all on tech, right?
Clubhouse got $100 million.
I gotta get in there.
Huh?
I gotta get on there.
You gotta know people.
Oh, so you gotta know people.
I know people. Looks like that's what I'm talking about.
You
Cool.
gotta know the cool people.
Yeah. Hey, we're in, baby.
Your Clubhouse.
Officially.
Yeah. Now you know people.
Yeah, I don't know.
So can you tell, for anyone that doesn't understand what Clubhouse is about? I know they have collecting a ton of money right now through funding. So what exactly is Clubhouse?
let's bounce this back and forth, because you've been on it a little bit longer than I have.
Okay.
But
Mark, you don't mess around, do you, bro?
Man, I was just introduced to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mark's ahead of the game on everything.
Crypto. That's my bro right here.
I was just introduced to it.
In case you didn't know.
No, so Clubhouse is a social media platform.
Yes.
But with a twist. So two twists really, but one of them's more just because of the beta status. But it's not really beta, but so one thing is it's sort of invitational. It's not really completely invitational.
No, yeah.
It helps. It helps if you know people.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But it's the big difference is it's audio only.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
And so that's the part that I've been struggling with a little bit. Is like,
it's tough.
Because it's totally different.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not, you don't get on there and scroll through what somebody posted yesterday, or the pictures somebody took on their vacation.
Yeah.
Like me.
So it kind of filters out. It
filters out some stuff.
Yeah.
It's
more
almost
live,
a blast from the past.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Right.
Like,
Going back to radio.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more like radio.
Yep.
It's a lot like Facebook and Twitter have more legally more not to get too far into politics, but they've talked about being a public forum,
Censoring things.
And then they come back and censor things and things like that for whatever good or bad, whatever you think about that. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So whether Clubhouse will censor anything or not is yet to be seen. Right. But it's much more of a public forum because they verify who it is.
Yep.
They tell you up front we use real names here.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay.
Yep.
Alrighty then. So we will.
Nice.
But it's also like you have to be on it. Like you have to be talking to be heard. Like it's not you don't get somebody saying, oh well, I'm going to retweet this thing that Jonas said.
No.
You have to be there.
Yeah.
And you hear the tone of voice. So if somebody says something jokingly,
right.
I mean, there's still plenty of we can still manage to misunderstand each other.
Yeah, or somebody can still take that and type it in somewhere else.
Right.
And,
we've been able to do that. Yeah, and we actually saw that there was it was Elon Musk and somebody were talking on there, and people have taken bits and pieces of that and chopped it up to make him say all different kinds of things. But so people can still misinterpret things, but it's not the kind of amplification of one single sentence that you get with like Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's not the crazy silly meme stuff that gets amplified with and blown out of proportion with like Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's a very different platform. I'm definitely not an expert on that.
No.
So basically, once it's said, you can't go back and rehear it.
Nope. They don't. Nope. It's
not a post.
It's almost like
it's a live.
That's what I thought it was.
It's a real time forum or a real time public forum for a number of topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's
for
excellent.
a number of topics, and then you have your speakers.
Yeah.
Whoever is allowed to be a speaker, and so whoever sets up the sets up the forum, they can say, "Hey, you're a speaker, you're a speaker, you're a speaker, you're a speaker," and everybody else is a listener.
Yeah.
And
you can request to be a speaker.
Request to be a speaker, but.
So are you alerted when these speakers are going to speak? Yep. And that's how you know how to jump
who's speaking. How to jump? Yes, and so
when to jump
in your follows, you can follow certain topics and people. Right. Yeah. And once a topic is live, you get a notification. Once a person goes into another forum, you get a notification.
So once they're live, it's not like a 15 minutes prior to.
No.
Or.
It's pretty
so it's like right here now. If you're available, come listen to this.
If you're available, come listen to it right now.
Otherwise, you're gonna miss this.
Or you're gonna miss it. Yeah, and then but some they have kind of preset engagements. Yeah. And so you can
for the calendar.
So MLB, anything MLB, you can see on the calendar. There's
who's coming
20 things. Yeah. On the 5th, and then on the 16th and the 20th. And you'll get notified close to it, and then you'll be able to.
I'll be honest, as the closest thing to a boomer we have on the show, I have struggled with the notifications. Like I have not quite figured out the notifications. I either get way more than I want, or I'm not getting anything.
Are there any penalties for rebroadcasting?
No. You could record with another device if you want to record, and that's that.
But
if you're about that,
I mean, I would assume that there are.
There's got to be some type of.
I would assume that there are existing, the same existing laws that would cover recording somebody.
Phone conversation.
But it's a public conversation.
But it's a public.
But is it like copywritten like immediately after?
No.
Like about Clubhouse or something like that?
No, it's like reposting a reel on Instagram. Like somebody can talk about something, I can repost because I thought that was an interesting conversation. Yeah. I'll repost it. Same thing. Like if you want to record it, you can do it.
Like a more advanced TED Talk.
Exactly. It's like TED Talk on steroids.
Very privatized.
Exactly. That's really good.
Intimate.
It can be.
It's a social basically took TED Talk platform and made into a social media.
Minus the video.
So I checked out one that was I heard it was a crypto thing.
Yep.
That was cryptocurrency talk. That was I was like 1,000 people were listening. It was like 23 people were they were speaking at the same time, but there were 23 speakers.
Yeah. It was the one with the CEO of Circle.
It
was just a couple days ago.
It was just a couple days ago.
Yeah. That one was really good.
Yeah, there was some good stuff in it. I mean, but again, like you can't just skim through it. Like you gotta be present. You gotta pay attention.
What you can do is not be on the app, and it's still you can still listen in, kind of like listening to music, like Apple Music or Pandora. So you can be doing other stuff.
That caught me off guard at first too.
When you went out.
What the hell is this?
I went into my text message and he's still talking.
Oh wow! So you were doing something.
I'm like, I'm at home. No. It was just still on.
And he probably went. What'd you go to, like email or something?
I was also like, okay, I gotta get on something else.
Yeah.
And so I like
swiped up.
Swiped up, and it just so happened that when I did that, it would just so happened to be in between speakers.
A little break.
And so there's a little break there. Yeah. So like I walked away from my phone. And then and I'm home alone, but like, and every now and then I'll hear somebody walking by outside, and so I'm like, I hear these voices, and I'm like all right, yeah. But then like they're talking about crypto,
right?
I'm like, wait a minute.
Ain't nobody here on this
game
like this.
Yeah. Am I tripping?
They're saying some real serious stuff right now.
Like, I know I'm not tripping.
Yeah. And then I couldn't figure out how to get back into it and turn it off.
Right.
I gotta check this out. I gotta play with it.
This is all like this is just new app growing pains. But it was really interesting.
Clubhouse. Yeah. It's cool.
Like man, late.
Clubhouse, man. It's
not late.
It's
but
cool.
yeah, so they're launched less than a year ago. They've been pretty tight with how many invites the people, but they're scaling they're kind of following the Gmail model. I don't know if you guys were around back then. But
I was around, but I wasn't.
When Gmail first started,
I was around, but I wasn't around. Like,
it was invite only.
Okay.
You had to know somebody, and then
Organic growth.
over a period of time, they went from like you had one invite. The first few people way before I got on, like you had to be an employee to have invites, and then you had one invite.
So are there
and
millions of
then
users
you had
right
two invites
on Clubhouse? Are there over 1 million users at this point?
That's a good question. I don't. 2 million users. 2 million users last week. Last week they had 2 million users.
Nice. I mean that's
solid.
That's like 0.05% of the.
Yeah, for less than a year, that's no joke.
Yeah, that's less than 1%.
They're launching a program to monetize users, so we need to figure out how to get the podcast on.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Hey YouTube, if you're listening, man, go on and give us that access, bro. we hit that threshold.
Yeah, so that's that's just going to be a real interesting. That's looking to open up their revenue. That's looking to open up revenue for people for content creators.
Right.
And it's not. This is not. Like you said, it's not the same as the TikTok or videos or like you got a
LinkedIn feel.
Yeah. So you're not going to get any famous folks out
more
of this.
businessy
information.
Focus. I mean, there's some entertainment things, but it's more serious.
No Insta-famous people like growing from Clubhouse.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's not possible.
It sounds like people that are already going to have a following, some sort of following.
Right. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's definitely
get more of a following
for sure. For sure, no
not
doubt.
just somebody going out doing some dumb stuff.
For example, somebody lets somebody nobody knows be a speaker.
Yeah,
right.
And then you can go to their profile and you can see their Instagram, their Twitter, and their Facebook. Like all that's all tied in there too. So it's possible that. But
difference being that you can't like you just don't. It's not the kind of platform where you can like take a quick video and put some filters on it and then go back and say like we were taking some pictures of the setup here. You're like I don't like that picture. No, you got to bring it when you get on there. You better be bringing the knowledge.
Your game
it's real time. It's live.
Right.
No, we're live. Like
you
better
we're live now.
Be ready.
It's live.
Yeah, because you're not.
You might not get another opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
So you do something stupid. Like
it's a wrap.
You ain't got your.
It's like man,
it's the wrong audience.
This motherfucker don't know what they talking about.
Yeah,
right.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, I mean, it's a really different, really interesting platform.
That's cool.
And I certainly wish them all the best and look forward to finding out more about it.
I love that exclusivity.
I
love that exclusivity.
We do exclusives now.
Exclusive, baby.
You know.
All day, every day, man. I ain't standing no line. Standing in line.
Line. Pay for a meal.
What?
What?
I've been eating for you my whole life. I never paid for a meal.
Right. That's funny.
This is sort of.
All right, let me throw a couple other things out there before we go way over the time.
Yeah.
Small news.
What time?
Small news, then some big news.
Big news.
Small news.
Small news
for because this is just funny as hell to me. So this guy, so the whole class, it was an art class, has been obviously everybody's been on lockdown.
Yep.
For the last year.
What though?
For like a year. All right, we're not getting into that today.
Stop. Stop it.
A lot of schools have been out. A lot of people been not been able to go to classes. So this class had been meeting with doing recorded lectures for a while, like over a year now. They started a little bit early with it and doing their assignments, sending stuff in, getting results back. Well, this guy, one of the students sends an email to the professor. He doesn't get a response. He's like, all right, that's, all right, busy man. All right. Sends another email. Doesn't get a response. Sends another email. Still doesn't get a response. He's like, well, that's kind of shitty. So he sends an email to the assistant. The assistant sends him back an email and says, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
So the professor has been dead for almost 2 years. And they've just been
Straight Tupac on him, bro.
He had recorded videos that for the class, and they just never
Wow.
quite got around to
Straight
telling
Tupac.
the students of
Right.
his
He
class.
Wow.
He died. That's straight Tupac, man.
That's crazy.
The first thing I thought about was Tupac. Tupac had albums. Had like 6
albums. On albums.
He still got something in it.
Yeah, in the vault. It was in the vault.
Well, you
Pac
think about
had
Prince.
albums, bro.
Man,
Think about Prince.
Prince.
How many does he have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
a ton, bro.
as an art project,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
you know, that's one way to do it.
So what is this man is he just taking that man's salary? I mean, he can't take his. Oh,
So-
they're just not.
So
They're getting free. That's free work. Free
So
labor.
yeah, right. The university knew about it. I mean, that's one of the things. It's like it raised a lot of questions about. Okay, well,
They had to contact the family or something.
Can you really say that this guy's teaching the class?
Well, he
Oh
was.
yeah, the family
course.
knew it.
Of course.
He was.
Yeah, it wasn't like
Yeah,
it wasn't like nobody
say
knew
that.
this. It just was. They didn't bother to tell the students taking this guy's class.
Yeah, that's his IP. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody from the family had to be getting paid.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
You know,
Or not.
And then,
Or not.
And then the
Or
assistant-
not. Yeah.
Or not.
I mean, maybe
Man.
that since it was produced under the.
If they
No
weren't,
doubt.
they about to get paid.
How did
if
the
they
family know that they were still
Doing that?
doing the video?
weren't. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Unless
crazy.
they were a
That's a
student.
good point.
Like, you don't know.
That's crazy.
But that's why.
But I mean, people wrote books, right? I mean, people have been writing books, textbooks and stuff, using those
Yeah.
And they're not.
long after people.
Tupac
Passed away.
UCLA got Tupac class.
Tupac.
You got Tupac class.
Got Tupac class out there, man.
Tupac.
Tupac, man, still teaching
Tupac
class out
class,
UCLA.
man.
Yeah,
And then what's
That's
the
what's
big
up.
story though?
big story. And full disclosure, I have Amazon stock, but Jeff Bezos announced he's stepping down as CEO of Amazon.
Man, what is about to happen?
And
why would he do
so let's get to let's cut to the facts first.
Yeah.
So facts first. Senate he sent out an official notification, and then he sent out like a sort of a public letter. It was addressed to the employees of Amazon, but it was sort of a public notice that he was stepping down as CEO. He's going to stay on as the executive chairman of the board.
So he's going to do foundations and stuff.
Yeah,
Bill
so
Gates.
that's
He's doing
basically
the Bill
what he's
Gates.
saying. Is,
He's rolling to the Bill Gates.
He's got other projects he wants to focus on.
Mhm.
Somebody I know said maybe he's going to open up a bookstore.
Yeah.
Ha,
We're
ha,
gonna see Bezos just trekking Europe.
ha,
Yeah,
ha.
well, I mean, he does have several.
He's swole now.
If he was smart, he wouldn't do CrossFit.
Right. Maybe he's going to take up MMA.
Yeah.
I mean,
Pick up a
Gator
fight with
hunting.
Elon Musk.
I don't know.
Now he's on a space race
Who
with Elon
knows?
Musk.
Yeah. So they've
Yeah.
they've also got they got their little space race thing going. Who's going to be the commercial?
So I don't think he's going.
Hey, Bezos, man, he got a little slice of Texas, man, and
Right?
he's like, man, I'm done, bro.
We're good.
I'm going to move to Fort Wiggity,
Yeah.
I'm coming
You know?
down, going to get some barbecue.
moving to
Yeah.
Fort Worth, get real fat and
For
happy.
the rest of my life.
Go
we're
go
gonna
chill
be
on
good.
West 7th Street
Coming
for
down
the rest of my
Hey.
life.
Coming down to Texas
He
where
gonna
we
get
buy
a,
guns.
yeah, he gonna get that
Barbecue all
it's gonna gonna change to that
Hey.
twang.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Next interview with
He looked
Bezos.
good in a cowboy hat.
man. Hey, he's been
It's
coming
like-
down to quite a bit from what I understand for the
Oh
past
yeah.
year.
I bet.
Yeah, he's been checking it out.
Yeah.
They're like, Jeff, what have you been up to lately?
Chill,
He's
man.
like, well, me and my guys,
Yeah.
we
Visit down the
Well,
West 7th.
to the
I
ranch.
don't want to work no more. They got
Well,
quite a few bars out there.
I got some bars.
That TCU campus is nice.
That some pretty little things over there now.
Oh, man, that's funny, bro.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. No, that's huge though. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. Man, I've lost my spot
Sorry.
where I had the guy's
My
name.
bad.
It's all good,
I had
man.
to
It's
throw
No,
the
that West
Bezos
7th,
with a
man.
Texas accent in there.
Yeah.
But the real the interesting thing on that is, like you say, is what's going to happen now. He has had a very active hand in kind of the directions and some of the not really day-to-day management. I mean, you don't get to that level.
No,
doing
not at that
day-to-day,
point.
but he's had a lot of hand in the strategy. The strategy
High level.
and high level stuff
No doubt.
for Amazon for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be real interesting to see what the transition looks like and how much of a hand he continues to have as executive chair, because
Yeah.
we've seen some other big name companies like Google, ABC, formerly or Alphabet. ABC was us.
Yeah.
Alphabet
Yeah.
that
Formerly known
was
as
formerly
ABC.
known as Google.
Yeah.
That there's one of the two founders kind of stayed on and kept some influence there, but mostly stepped away. We've seen some others where the CEO stepped down and really was still pretty active in the management of the company and direction. Yep. So it'd be real interesting to see, what directions he might be, some things that he might be taking a stand on. In his note, he mentions that Amazon took a stand on the $15 minimum wage early.
Yep.
They took a stand on their climate pledge.
Robots
staked out a leadership position early and said, okay, this is where we're going. You can lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Automated vehicles and robots coming soon.
Yeah. Well, and
coming to a doorstep near you.
Yeah. Reskill, baby.
And it's for your
Watch
betterment.
it.
It's for your betterment. Unless you want bananas to be $5 instead of 69 cents.
True.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean,
labor costs.
Yeah.
In America, it costs a lot.
It costs
labor costs, and there's there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like you can do more than one thing.
Yeah. For sure.
I mean, I know you got like 20 years invested in doing this one thing. But it's not the only thing you can do.
You can do something else with your time.
That's what Elon did.
Yeah. 21. 21.
Or 21.
Shout out 21 Savage.
21.
Yeah. I just say if you are lifting boxes over your head,
you're doing it all wrong.
You're doing it all wrong. Unless you are a robot.
You might want to think about this. So speaking of robots, was it Boston Dynamics?
Yeah.
The little dog, the Spot.
The
dog robot.
Yeah.
The dog robot now has an arm, which makes it look more like a llama than a robot to me.
Oh man!
But it has an arm on its head.
Yep.
So they had the big robot. I don't remember the name, but they had the big robot had an arm. It was like really powerful, and they had video of it smashing cinder blocks and stuff.
Right.
The Spot robot is not as robust, not as big.
Yeah.
But so doesn't have the kind of power to smash
cinder blocks.
Yeah.
But it does have but it is articulated enough to, open doors and do some relatively fine motor things.
Nice. Yeah.
So, you could see this being something that you could do for picking up trash.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I mean, I needed
bringing you a beer.
that's an expensive trash picker.
Yeah.
Bringing you a beer.
Yeah, definitely can bring you a beer.
Jeff Bezos may be buying one to bring you beer. So.
No doubt. Yeah.
On 1/7.
This is about what, 15,000 in it.
Yeah,
15,000.
Pretty pricey.
Spots are 15,000.
But yeah, man. I mean,
it was great.
Next week we don't got time right now to talk about it. But why the hell is Bill Gates trying to block the sun? I don't understand that. I don't know if y'all saw that story.
Oh.
He's trying to block the sun.
He's trying to be Mr.
Let's talk
Burns
about
from
it.
The Simpsons.
We'll talk about it next week, man.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week, bro.
That's a subject, yeah.
That's wild.
And
what is that going to do with me? Am I going to be light-skinned?
Why is everybody down on Bill? Bill's just trying to help you.
Man, I'm
how?
Bill, but I ain't going to blocking
Just let us know.
Not
like how?
Bill blocking the sun, brother.
That's a conversation.
Yeah,
That's a good
conversation.
conversation.
5G.
We'll
chips.
talk about it.
He wants to block the sun, man.
He's trying to block the sun, dog.
Man,
son, does he have anyway? Yeah, man.
See y'all next week.
Yeah, this was fun, bro. Next week for sure. We're gonna have a great time, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Another week, we're gonna have Austin back another time, man. Just bad scheduling. Still my guy, baby. We done kicked it, had great times together. We're gonna have a great time on Noonish. But we'll see y'all next week, sometime around 12.
12-ish.
Peace.
Cowboy Records.
Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Whoa. I've been feeling the love, I've been feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah, I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play, I don't see the need to hide. I feel like I'm the last man standing. 4-5, sitting on my dresser like a bandit. Oh my, why you scared? There ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the Titanic. Like why, ain't no need to cut ties. This is not the best time, aiming for the east or the west side. I rise when I feel a vibe from the night time. I slide when she send me pictures of those night stars. It's a banger when I know that beat got a baseline. Hotline gets a blingin' when they see I'm too live. High on niggas, I stay on the jet. I got a jet, I stay on the quest. I don't wanna rest.